All right, boys.
What is up?
Hey,
What is happening? Go ahead and share it across the board while we get everything rolling.
Oh, sure.
What's up, everybody?
What's happening? What's happening? Thanks everybody for joining.
Thanks
everybody for joining. Share it across. Share it across. We're gonna have a fun little night for everybody. We got some specials in store for everybody who's taking the time to watch. All right.
Darren, you doing okay tonight, dude?
Yeah,
what's everybody drinking right now? That's our intro right there. What's everybody drinking right now? All right, shared. That's always the hardest part, getting it shared.
I know it said it wasn't live.
We're good now.
I still got that Michelob.
Michelob in a mug.
Michelob in the mug.
I'm rolling with Scottsdale Blonde because I miss them.
Hey, that's right. Hey, support local. Support local if you can.
For sure. Please do that.
Everyone who is listening, feel free to share. We want you guys to interact with us as much as possible. So don't be shy. We do have a nice little surprise for our guests who are listening and all of our listeners. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. We'll go ahead and get this thing kicked off. If you guys aren't following Cool Story Brew 4, go ahead and do that. We all have our ads right here on our Instagram. If you want to get to know us a little bit better, go ahead and slide into Darren's DMs.
Yes, please.
He would definitely appreciate.
He needs it.
He would definitely appreciate that. But quick intro, and I kind of want to talk about what we have planned tonight. With the NFL draft obviously happening right now, it's underway as we speak. I think it's in the third round. We thought it'd be kind of a good idea to try to get one of our friends and buddies on who has experience with the draft. His name is Prince Amukamara. He grew up here. Actually, when I say here, we're all located in Arizona. He grew up here in Arizona. As a 3-sport athlete. I believe he graduated from Apollo High School. He can correct me if that's
Shout out to
incorrect.
Apollo
High School. Here in Glendale or in Glendale, rather. Prince was actually more than just a football player. He was pretty fast. He was pretty fast too. Ran track, and I know he brought some state titles to the basketball squad. And when I was out there at their high school helping him with the camp, I saw that he was balling in Air Force One. So you got you got to be a baller if you're winning state championships as a point guard in Air Force Ones.
Right. Those things are so heavy.
Dude, right. Hey, but he's fast too.
Your feet hurt after that game. They have to hurt after that game.
Right. But Prince excelled at football, and he made the decision to continue his football career at Nebraska, at UNL, and that's where I was blessed enough to meet Prince and start our relationship. As many of you may know, he was a monster on the field, and he was heavily sought after by a lot of NFL teams. And I'll let him talk a little bit more about that when he joins. But among all those accolades, he's a big family man. Huge in philanthropy too. Has his own charity. Is big in the community. And I'll also let him talk a little bit about that too. So, in his spare time, you might find him on the Rachel Ray show, burning his tongue on Hot Ones, or even the Jimmy Fallon show. So, he doubles as a celebrity. As well as a mediocre comedian, I like to say. So, without further ado, we're gonna bring Prince on.
Yeah,
the virtual crowd goes wild.
Come on in here.
Prince, my guy.
How's it going, Prince? Can you hear us?
Yeah, no, I hear you guys great. I have a question. To everyone that was
already
besides Mike, were those real laughs or fake laughs? Were those like courtesy laughs?
They were real. Those were real.
Oh, okay. All right.
We got you.
I did appreciate the mediocre comment. That
was, hey, were those Air Force Ones really uncomfortable? Those Air Force Ones had to be uncomfortable, right?
First of all, I didn't hoop in those, but I just took the team picture in those. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to be so different and from everyone on the team back then, and I just wore Air Force Ones, I guess.
Okay, all right, that's better.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Hey, the picture looked good. I was rocking Air Force Ones too in high school. I remember my first pair of Air Force Ones. I had the all white lows with the gum bottom that I bought used. I bought them used. So
that's gross, bro. That's gross.
Yes.
Hey, man, I was trying to be whatever Nelly was telling me to be at that
Right.
time.
We had to do what we could out here, man.
What Mike's not telling us is the gum bottom was actually because they were used and they had gum on the bottom. He had to take them home and clean off the gum. There's your dad joke.
Right. So as I said, with the intro, I know that the NFL draft is underway. I know you're watching intently, Prince, but we wanted to get your input and kind of how your day was just walking into Radio City Music Hall, how draft day was, just giving us a picture of what that draft day was like for you.
Yeah, so I mean the guys who get to be there are the guys the NFL thinks that's going to be projected a first rounder.
Yeah.
And I was thankful enough to get a letter, and then so I can you have the decision either stay at home or wherever go wherever you want and have as much people as you want in the background, or you can go behind in the green screen, and then you only can invite, I think, like 8 people or something like that. And but it's funny because with the guys today, they can't just have everyone in their house. I'm sure there were just not 5 guys or 5 people in their house.
They're all in the basement, right?
But, right, exactly. And then as soon as you got the call, everyone's turned up, and then when the camera's on, everyone like goes like scatter like roaches. But of course you have to. I'm sure the NFL put out a PSA like, hey, like, to respect everyone going through COVID, like, let's practice shelter in place and social distancing and stuff like that. So anyway, so I chose the green to be in the green room, and then it was tough because I had like 2 or 3 agents, and then I have 5 sisters, then I have 2 parents. So but the NFL was cool about it, and they let all of us back there. And then it's like I was looking at the projections, like Todd McShay and Mel Kiper, what they were saying, and I was supposed to be a top 10 pick, so I'm just waiting. I have this freaking tangerine orange or this salmon orange shirt.
However you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, right. And I have this black suit on, and I'm sweating, and I'm just like, gosh, come on. So everyone, like Patrick Peterson goes, Julio Jones goes, Cam Newton goes, AJ Green goes, Von Miller goes, JJ Watt, like all these guys go.
That's an unbelievable class.
Right.
Isn't it right?
That's a stat class.
Just to be honest, I would definitely pick all those guys before you, Prince.
I have no problem. I would pick them for myself too, especially now.
He's too humble, man.
So I'm looking around like, man, it's getting empty here. And then my mom is like, she's like a prayer warrior. So she's like praying for me. I'm like, I don't want to hear your prayers right now. Like, I want to hear my phone ring. And then slowly but surely, like number 19 pick comes, the New York Giants, who I've never spoke to. Cause so like from when you get out of college to like the combine and from like the combine on, like these teams fly you out and you get to they talk to you on the phone because they're trying to get to know you. So they have all these interviews. That's where all these crazy interview questions come from. I remember Kansas City interviewed me, and they asked me, they said, hey, have you ever they asked me something about girlfriends, and I said I actually never had one. Then one of the dudes said, well, have you had a boyfriend? And I was like, dude, I started laughing, which I answered obvious no. And I think they ask you these type of questions to see if you're a hothead, like just to try to see the type of character.
Get a reaction out of you.
Interesting.
Get a reaction out of you. Yeah. So anyway, so I've never spoke to the Giants ever, and then so it's funny that they call me and stuff like that, and I speak to Tom Coughlin. He said, hey, just let you know, we think highly of you, and we're going to pick you at the number 19 pick. And then like my stomach drops, and I'm trying not to cry. My mom's crying, sister's jumping, dad's excited. And then it's funny, after I walk across the stage, my family gets to come on the stage, and everyone who's seen that picture or seen that video tells me like they thought that was like a scene from Coming to America. Like like my dad was in his tribal gear and stuff like that, and you can tell who was part of the family and who wasn't, because it was like my family and then like and then a whole bunch of like white dudes, like my lawyer, my agent, my coaches, and stuff like that.
You can always tell which ones are the agents on the draft that you're watching right now. You're like, oh, yep, agent.
Oh, yeah.
Prince, we had a quick question come in, kind of similar here. This might be different because of the draft that we're seeing now from home, but they're asking how do people already have the gear and the hats? Do they just kind of have an idea and they just go out and get the hats from like 4 or 5 different teams and just hope that they get called by them, or do they have an idea?
That's a good question. So last night I saw the guys have like, I saw a person have like all 32 hats on the table, and it was just like whichever one. Yeah, it's very, unless you're like a number 1 or number 2, like solidified, like a Joe Burrows, right? There's no other hat he should have besides the Cincinnati Bengals hat. But I think the other guys, like, you just never know, because like as you saw last night, there's so many trades, and you just never know who's gonna pick you and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right.
That's cool. So you kind of went into,
because a lot of the teams probably don't even know themselves until like the last second.
They don't because they don't because think about it. If you guys say you guys had like the Scottsdale Sandmans or whatever, and then
that's what you thought of for us.
I was trying to think of an S. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know, but then so say you guys are in your own green room, and then you guys have the 3rd pick. You need a quarterback, and then the first 2 guys, the first 2 people in front of you, like pick like your top 2 quarterbacks on the board, and then it's like, do we want the number 3 on our list and stuff like that? So you could field calls from another team. Hey, we'll trade you down. Give us so and so. So everything and all that stuff. You see the timer. All that stuff happens in like I think 7 to 10 minutes, however much time they have. So it's a crazy time.
That's nuts. Nice. So you kind of went into like what it was like at Radio City Music Hall. What was that moment like the second you heard your name called? You said like your heart dropped. Like what were you thinking? Were you like, yes, I can't wait to go to New York? You were like, I kind of wish Miami would have picked me up.
Right. No, to be honest, I didn't even care. I'm not gonna lie. I think I sort of thought like, man, I'm a millionaire instantly. Like, I'm a millionaire and stuff like that. And then, and I forgot, and I thought that the Giants. I thought the Giants were in New York because they're called the New York Giants. Right. But everything is in New Jersey. So we were in New York, and
I still didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
Meadowlands.
And then so I'm realizing that, wow, they're taking me to New Jersey, and that's where their headquarters are, and the field is right next to there. So so I didn't have to hop on a flight and fly out to somewhere else that quick to sign. Like I just went straight to, like, I just took a 30 minute black car down there. So
nice.
Yeah, but I was excited. Like I didn't even party really that night. Like I just went to my hotel room and was just like
soaking it all in.
I just couldn't believe it. Yeah.
So how long after all that stuff happens? You mentioned you drove down there in a black car. Like if you were in another state or city, how long is it before they fly you out after the draft actually takes place?
That night, probably. Huh?
Yeah. So yeah, it changes. I would say it's changed over time, because that year, if you remember, it was a lockout year. So there wasn't no off-season activities similar to right now, right. Even though it's not a lockout, but there's no off-season activities. There were no off-season activities back then. And no, there was really no one in the building besides like the reporters and the coaches. But I would say guys flew out like the next day.
Crazy. That is nuts. So
if you went number 1 or number 2, like they fly you like on a PJ. For sure.
Whole PJ, the old PJ, huh?
Yeah.
That is nuts. I've never been able to say that the PJ in my entire life.
Never been cool enough to even say the
projects. I'm not saying you lived in the projects.
It's downtown Phoenix, okay, Prince. It ain't that bad. All right. Prince, so like so you go up on stage, you take the picture, you shake hands. What happens after that? Like, do you just go straight to like media stuff? Do you go back to your table? That's what we never like. Nobody sees that.
Yeah. So I mean, just walking on stage is funny. Like I'm thinking everyone's booing me, but I found out they're booing Roger.
Roger, right?
Booing Roger, right? Yeah. I found out they're booing Roger, and then I go and meet with like different media, and then because I was a Giant. And I was in New York, so I got to speak to.
Okay, that makes sense.
I had a lot of opportunities to speak to more of the media there, and then we just go to wherever we had dinner at. I mean, wherever we scheduled for dinner, then whatever the spot is.
Right.
We just go there. Yeah.
Crazy.
No, that is nuts. Yeah. What do we say? I saw another question come in that's kind of similar here. Prince, we got a question here from Justin. What was your favorite team growing up, and what player did you look up to the most?
Yeah, so I think growing up when I first started playing football out here in Arizona, for some reason there was a lot of 49ers jerseys everywhere in the stores, and so a friend got me. I think I had a Garrison Hurst, and I had a Jerry Rice. So I would say Jerry Rice I looked up to, but then when I got to high school, Reggie Bush was huge, and so I started watching this game a lot, and I enjoyed watching him. But my team, it's funny. My team, I wouldn't say. I mean, it wasn't the home team for some reason. It's funny. I saw a guy with a sign. It said Arizonans like stop voting. I mean, stop rooting for teams outside of Arizona.
That's what always happened.
Yeah. Man, this guy in high school. This man in high school too was a monster. I remember when I was about to go to Nebraska, I saw his highlight film. And Prince, I don't want to put you on blast here, but Kalen would appreciate this. The guy ran like Reggie Bush, seriously, as a running back, and like whenever he had the ball, really just like super quick. But his highlight film, I remember you had Jimmy Eat World Sweetness as one of the songs on your highlight film.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I did. What is it? Are you listening?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was a huge Taking Back Sunday fan in high school, all that music. So, yeah. It's funny. I sent that out to a whole bunch of college people, too.
That's awesome,
man. That works. Now everyone has Huddle, so we don't got to do it by ourselves anymore. But.
Right? Send it snail mail across the country.
Right. So, moving past the draft now, I was wondering, like, what you think your biggest sacrifices you've made being in the NFL?
I mean, I would say even going back to college, just playing football in general, like you don't get the main holidays are during football season, like Thanksgiving, not the main ones. Easter's huge too, but like ones, the main like family, it's like Thanksgiving and like Christmas. And so, I mean, even in Halloween, like people are turning up, and I would always see like, is our game like, do we get back on Halloween and go back down to downtown, or
it was always Oklahoma
or something
game.
like that? Yeah, it was always that game, and it was just like. So I would say you do sacrifice like some fun and some social stuff, and then also some family time, and but as an NFL player, I mean, our schedule is pretty sweet. Like the only mandatory stuff we have to be there for is training camp from late July all the way until if you make it to playoffs or not. So if you don't make it to playoffs, you're at your playing state from late July, let's call it early August, to like December 31st, and then you have from January all the way till June to like do whatever you want. Like you have half the year. So I mean, it's a pretty good schedule. Right. But I mean, if you're a Patriots guy, I mean, you're going to the playoffs every single time, so your vacation gets shortened.
Shorter.
Prince, we got another question here from the listeners here. Favorite teammate at the University of Nebraska?
Okay, besides
Mike Hayes.
I would say
Jace tried to set me up there. I appreciate that, Jace.
Do the oop.
I would say there's a lot, and I feel like there were favorites like in different seasons. So I mean, I was cool with like Niles, Eric Haig, Roy, Marcus Mendoza, Will Henry, Brandon Kenny, like Javario Bergs and stuff like that. Like it's Javario's out here, by the way.
He's in Arizona.
Yeah, he is. I'm in a group text with him and a whole bunch of guys from Nebraska. It's funny, Mike. I'll tell you about it afterwards. Or you want to talk about it on here? We'll talk about it on here. But yeah, it's just so many people. I wouldn't say I had a favorite, but there was a lot of fun times though, which I know that's one of the questions.
Yeah. On that topic, obviously you spent a large part of your life in Nebraska. What would you say you miss most about the state of Nebraska?
Runza.
That hard.
I've never had a.
I was gonna say I don't think Prince has had a Runza.
What?
I never had a Runza. I know.
I'll give you one.
mean, for sure the people of Nebraska. I mean, they're unlike any other people. And I thought Chicago would be similar because it's Midwest and it's a bigger city, but like you can't beat like Nebraska people. Like they're just so welcoming no matter who you are. At least that was my experience. No matter who you are, and it was just great there. But it's funny, when I left Nebraska, I loved it so much. I was considering living there, but then I met my wife, who's a like Northern Cal girl, and she was just like,
She was out.
She's like, we're not moving to Nebraska.
No,
I feel her on
absolutely
that.
not.
Good for her.
Now they're going to throw another question in here from our listeners. College versus NFL, which is more fun to play and why? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Schofield, is that in relation to Aaron?
No.
Sorry.
That's a little brother.
It is. It's my little brother.
Oh. Oh, you guys said no. That's hilarious. College versus NFL, which more to play and why? I would say there's pros and cons to both. I mean, definitely NFL, dude. It's no brainer. I mean, you have no school and you get paid. You get paid to do it, and so and you get to capitalize on your celebrity or whatever, which is cool. Like you can get free cool stuff. Which is
Right, you're gonna be on Rachel Ray and all these cool places.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's so many
Exactly.
things right now that I can say about why college is better with examples from Prince, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
Like college is better?
Nah, because that's all I know.
Oh, that's all you know.
I just talk about things that Prince and I got in trouble doing.
Oh,
Oh man.
Capital with Sue. That was good
Yeah, I
name.
remember that. Let's continue.
Oh man! All right, so Chris, you said that you would have loved to live in Nebraska if you were able to, but if you weren't fortunate enough to play in the NFL, where would you be doing right now?
Gosh, I'm a man of many talents, man. Let me see.
Right? Would you be like a school teacher, or so you could coach, or
No.
no?
I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of personality. So anything that deals with like acting or being on camera and stuff like that. I
could see
love
that.
real estate, so I've been doing real estate a lot, and so I don't know. You know what? I think the easiest thing I would have done, I would have tried to become an influencer.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
No,
On
I
social
can see you on
media.
TikTok like crazy. I
I
see you and
could
your
too.
sister. I see you and your sister
Doing all the
hitting it.
dances. That's
But
hilarious.
yeah, for real, an influencer for sure. Like, man, these guys, it's crazy because we were doing this in college and the wave, they just did it at the right time, man. These kids are crushing it and stuff.
Mike,
And
you
they're
remember the
getting paid.
mannequin?
They're getting
Yeah,
paid, those
man.
And they're
guys,
getting
man.
paid.
Mannequin
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah,
man.
and they're in the same, like, I've seen people in the same places, not to downplay what they're doing, like what
Right.
they are
Yeah,
making
yeah.
content and and they do have a lot of followers and stuff like that. So they're doing something right. But but like, I mean, even like Ninja, right? Like Ninjas play video games and stuff like that, and he's crushing it. So I mean, I've seen guys. I saw Ninja at the ESPYs. I mean, it's esports, so it makes sense why he's there. But even like I saw like who's
the blonde guy, like
Summer
Logan,
Rae or whoever, like Logan. Like I'll see them like courtside, like at a Knicks game too, and stuff like that. It's like
just all types of cloud,
right?
The cloudiest of chasers.
So that's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
they're just like a brand, you know. It's like when they're sitting there, it's a brand sitting there. So they're getting endorsements
100%.
and all kinds of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
People want them at places because they're bringing in like 1 million followers with them when they post something. So it's
100%.
insane.
Yeah.
It is insane. I had another question pop up. I was going to ask this on my own, but somebody asked, Prince, what quarterback was your favorite to pick off? Or was there like a rival at some point, somebody that you knew it was coming up and you're like, all right, he got me last year, I'm going to get him this year kind of thing? Was there anything like that going on?
Right. I mean, it's not hard to think from because I've only had 10. But I always tell everyone I'm averaging 1 a year. I'm consistent.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking
about. Let me see. I would say, I mean, some good quarterbacks. I mean, like I picked out Vince Young. That was my first ever.
Hey.
That's cool.
But I would say Tony Romo would probably be like the best one. But
Nostradamus.
I'm pretty cool with Aaron Rodgers, and he's so cocky. And so, like him, like I would love to pick him off for sure. Like if I get a chance to.
That's hilarious.
Hey, speaking of picking off, what happened in that spring game? I saw Eric Crouch catch you.
Bro, yes. Let's take some.
What happened there?
Talk about that.
What happened? I thought I got a pick.
Yeah, you did,
but
then Eric
you.
Crouch got you.
Oh, he caught me.
Yeah, he caught you.
Wow.
I was like,
He's
Eric Crouch.
fast, though. He's fast, isn't he?
We gotta talk to the creators of that game. They must have made
Right.
Eric Crouch a 99.9.
Yeah,
and you just a
Wow.
99. On that same kind of topic there, who was the hardest receiver in the NFL that you've had to cover or try to cover? Who's best at getting off your press?
I would say that changes every year because I get better and I feel like the receivers get better. But 1 year it's been Julio, another year it was Dez, another year was Antonio, another year was AJ Green. But as of recently, it's been Devontae Adams for the Packers.
Those are
Just
good
the
names.
speed? Just the speed?
It's not even speed with Devontae. It's just like if you can YouTube clips, just him at the line. He shimmies and he's just very loose. There's only like 4 guys in the NFL that's a problem on the line of scrimmage. Number 1 would be Devontae. Keenan Allen's up there. Allen Robinson's up there, and then Amari Cooper's up there, and then maybe Tyreek Hill.
I was gonna say, man, for Tyreek, are you playing cloud on Tyreek? Because that.
I mean, he's fast. He's fast, but the wiggle. I don't know if he has the wiggle, but just I put him there just because just one move, one hesitation, and it's like it's over. It's just a foot race that no one's winning.
no one's winning.
I just feel like people don't understand like pro speed because you never see anybody in your entire life usually who can move like side to side and stuff like that fast. I remember like 6 years ago or something, I was working out with Eric and Prince when they were training in the summer, and we had like that ladder thing in the grass, and there was a bunch of people watching, and Prince went, and then Eric went, and then I was like, I'm just gonna take a minute.
Like
I don't want anybody. I looked like I was moving in slow motion. I couldn't even understand how fast these guys are moving, so I can't even imagine when Prince says like, someone's problem on the field. I don't even know what.
Right.
Out that thing.
It's a different speed. I don't care if anyone says Tyreek Hill is a different speed. Like he's just as fast as he's going forward, it's sideways. Like he's like a jitterbug. It's like, oh my, and just stay one place, bro. And he's always hyper.
Quit moving.
Why are you moving?
He's always hyper. The dude it's crazy. It's crazy.
So
I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy.
It's just like it's a personality thing. Even he's just like hyped all the time on top of it.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah.
nuts.
That
All
is
right, man.
nuts.
So I want to know one. No, it doesn't have to be one. It can be multiple. Some embarrassing stories about Mike.
Man,
Let's be
we're
careful
always with
here.
this dude, so we need some help.
The
you're
only
good.
one.
Okay, see,
The
only one. See?
The only one that I can think of. I mean,
Be careful.
I know, right? I just saw who was asking a question too. That's why I'm trying to filter. No, but the only
You're good.
I would
You're
say there were times where me and Mike had a thing called what do we call it? Like recaps, like Hills recap, Laguna Beach recap. We would go on the floors in the dorms and just have a recap of like the Laguna Beach or the Hills or whatever. I think that was everybody's like Kardashian, like everybody
God.
or did we even recap Bachelor? Like we recapped so much stuff.
Wait,
It was just
is
the
Mike
way-
Hayes? Is Mike Hayes? Was he Brody or is he? Who is he? I mean,
No, that would be it. We would literally go from floor to floor and just ask.
And just ask them,
Just
talk to them
ask-
about the show, like how it was.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Because we knew it was popular
But
and
anyways-
everyone was watching it.
right.
Okay, that was not
And
too
then
bad.
right.
There's got to
No,
be a
but
worse
the
one.
other one was there was there's a
here we go.
video on YouTube, and it's a dancing video. Yes, Mike, it was a dancing video. Mike, it's embarrassing for me too.
I was gonna say you're getting put on blast, and you're putting like 5 other guys on blast right now too.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm
Mike
over here
had-
looking it up right now.
I'm trying to remember like who had the crazy. I think it was AJ. who had the
AJ,
crazy
Austin
dance
Jones,
moves,
our MMA
Mike-
friend,
Mike-
Austin Jones, running back
Yeah.
in Nebraska.
but Mike was on there. But yeah, other than that, nothing really.
All right, we're done with that one. We're gonna lead into the Bo Pelini question here. What is your favorite Bo Pelini memory? You can make this X-rated if you want to.
I remember I have two, one personal and then one I saw from somebody else. So I was a sophomore. I switched from in high school as a running back, and then I went to defensive back in college. And I was learning the position, and then I guess the corner was messing up, and then Coach Pelini said, I need a corner. Give me a corner. And then I said, I'm like, almost, I didn't do this, but I said, like, I'm here, so I'm ready. I'm ready. He said, he turns around and said, get the F back. What the F you're doing? I was like, third. Like, I was like, all right, man. I'm mad at you.
Oh my god!
But that was me. But then, and I guess because I had went in there, I had a couple of busts, probably gave up some passes, whatever.
God.
But another one was this. It was the funniest one. So, like, if you miss class, if you miss any type of treatment, weight room or whatever, like the coach calls you out in meetings, and he gets a report of who's been messing up. So in college, I don't know if you guys know, like we had like checkers. We had somebody, they would be disguised even, like looking
right,
and they had your roster, like they had your roster picture. Okay, this person came and they're just checking you. And if you miss it or whatever, you'd have a punishment. We had a thing called Turkish get-ups where you would just hold a 35, 45-pound weight and lay on the ground, get up, maybe do 100 of those, maybe walk on the treadmill and do those. Or you would do log rolls. Yeah, it was the pencil rolls, log rolls or pencil rolls, the whole yard and stuff.
Yes.
And plus your coach would be mad because your coach is the one who has to get up at 5 a.m. to watch you do it. But anyways, we have a there was a time, so coach is reading down the list, and then he said, I forgot this guy's name. I know his last name, but I'm gonna say I don't know his first name, so I think it's say Jake Molick. Where's Jake Molick? Dude, it's quiet for like 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds to a minute. Then he said, Jake Molick, where are you? And then I promise you, he calls it in for like 3 minutes, and then the kid stands up and says, did you say Molak or Molik? That's equivalent to saying, did you say Amukamara or Amukamara?
Right.
It was like, then he said Moloch. He said, and then he said something like, not paying attention, eating sunflower seeds. And then he said, why weren't you paying attention? And then he said, well, coach, he said, shut up.
Man, I remember that.
We have a guy named AJ who can impersonate that so much better.
like the entire coaching staff too. And I remember those pencil rules too, because there was a time where we all had to do it because people weren't picking up after themselves in the locker room.
Yeah.
I guess not to shed too much light, but they brought out traffic cones to place wherever people threw up, so people would have to avoid them. And there was
I remember that.
and this was on the home field, like where we play, that we did these.
Like in Memorial Stadium, not in the
Memorial
field?
Stadium, and there was 15 to 20 cones. People were getting so dizzy.
Terrible.
Everybody that was coming in was like, "Oh, they must be doing field work. They must be construction."
So Mike and Prince, it was just rolling, like
Just rolling, dude. You think it would be
it's
easy?
just rolling.
But
Try it. Try to
No.
roll it.
I'm not saying it's
Try it.
easy. I just didn't know if there were any
No,
weights involved or anything.
no, I thought it was going to be easy, but man, if you just rolling for 500 yards, it's no.
Oh
it's
no,
no
I can't
fun,
even
man.
imagine, man.
Hey Prince, here's a good question for you. Was it more fun to play with the Giants or dance with the Jabberwockies? Jazzawockies.
Oh, play with the Giants. Come on, I want a Super Bowl. But I can't about that.
You thought about that one.
That took so
though.
long.
Shout out to the Jabberwockies.
Is that that's Trey from our college?
Yeah,
From
that's
Nebraska?
Trey Jordan. Yeah.
Oh wow. What's up, Trey?
Wow.
Trey was so beefy. He was so yoked.
He still is.
He still is.
I'm sure.
Bro, last question on our end here. We can dive into the listeners' questions if you have time. But outside of the obvious answer, which I think I know is going to be your family, when you're away from the state of Arizona, what do you miss most about Arizona?
Man, dude. So I mean, I'm here right now. I've been here since the end of January. We actually took a trip to Asia in like the middle to the end of January.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, people aren't saying that's nice. People, yeah, exactly. People are like, stay away. But yeah, dude, it is, dude, the weather, the food out here.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna live here. Like I convinced my wife to for us to get a place out here. And like I just started hiking because
Hey,
I mean that's
like
all
that,
we
man.
can really do. And
Right.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I didn't know they had nice trails.
Hey man, hit
Stuff,
me
but I
up.
would say the food for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, Mike, our summer workout's gonna be sweet this year, huh?
Yeah, man. You we got a hike that we just did, Prince, that you would absolutely love.
Worst
Where's
hike
it,
ever.
Camelback?
No, Tom's
man.
thumb.
Tom's thumb. Oh man, that
Tom's
was
Thumb?
yeah,
Yeah,
man, and it is.
Where is it at? Where is
it's
it?
like,
Where is it?
it's like north.
Well, you guys took a detour. You got to tell them you took a detour.
we took the long route. It was
Messed
about
it up.
it was almost 12 miles round trip, so it took us about
straight uphill, bro.
Listen,
Right.
bro. I remember someone said you need to go look at Grand Canyon. It's beautiful. It's a 13-mile hike. I'm like, what? They said, trust me, it's good. So when you say 12 miles, I'm not going around Tom's Thumb for 12 miles. Like I would do Grand.
Yeah,
I would do
it's
Grand
good
Canyon.
up and down. It's up and down. You got to go up there, get a good workout in. Yeah, squaw, camelback, those are the good up and down ones.
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
What's it like to play against guys in the NFL that were your teammates in the past? And I know you've played against a lot of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Gosh, it was funny. I got a pick against the Redskins, and Roy was chasing me, and I'm thinking like, surely he's gonna let me just like walk in, bro. But then no, this fool he tackles me and stuff like that. But and then Niles, I remember I got a pass breakup against Niles, and then me and Sue don't get to go ahead or Levante.
Yeah.
But Amir, I got to play against Amir. I got to tackle him also.
So is it more like with that? Is it more like there's beef against you guys because you're like, oh yeah, I used to play against you? Not beef, but like, are you more aggressive?
like
towards them
brother,
because you
like
play with
brotherly, like I can't let him get it.
No.
them? Right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those. I mean, even like when I remember Quincy Enunwa was on the Jets, and even playing him, it was like I just hope my team beats you guys so I can say stuff after.
Right.
But it's funny because there'll be like a lot of guys who came in the league after me that I didn't get to play with in college, and it's cool to meet up with them and always get a picture. I remember I got a picture with, gosh, is it Sam Cock or Sam Coach? The punter from which is it Coach?
Yeah, he must
the punter from the Ravens.
Yeah.
He graduated Nebraska
So
like 8 years before you even got there, right?
Exactly, right. Yeah, but I still know that he's a hustler.
Same brotherhood.
Like mutual respect. Yeah.
All Americans right there.
So do you like look up the roster before your game and you're like, oh hey, he went to Nebraska, or do you just know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a little bit of both. I'll look up, and if it's a guy from Nebraska, it's it's always cool to meet up with them. And also like for you guys who don't know, like when we get tickets, like some teams they get you 2 free tickets and the rest you have to buy. Yeah. And away games you get no free tickets. So you have to buy all of those, and then all of our tickets are in nosebleeds on the away games. So if I'm playing an away team and I need to buy tickets through the person, I'll like look to see, okay, is there a Nebraska guy that I can buy tickets through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I see.
Oh, that's what Titus was saying. Yeah.
Hey, all right. So that's our questions here, Prince. I wanted to end with kind of doing something fun here. I kind of hijacked this from Hot Ones, but I want to throw some pictures up here on the
Explain that, Graham.
Explain that, Graham. And we got to call it something else now.
Are these pictures from my gram?
No. Well, actually,
okay.
some of them might be. I got them straight from Google, but they could be on your gram. But I'm just gonna put them up on the. I'm gonna put them up on the screen, and I want you to just tell us kind of what's going on here, and in your own words. Sound good?
Got it.
All right, here we go. Number 1.
Oh my gosh!
What's going on here, brother?
What's
You
with
look
the blonde
good.
wig?
No split ends either.
So what was this? So I got the call. I was in Arizona. This is probably like 5 years ago, and my agent said, "Hey, Jimmy Fallon, they want to get a Giant and a Jet on there." I said, "Did you a Giant and a Jet?" Yeah, and I said, "Was I like first choice?" They said, "Yeah, they
Hell
won."
yeah!
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then so they flew me out there. They flew me out there and stuff like that, and then I think this is Pretty Little Liars. We did a scene, me and Ryan, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and we killed it.
Yeah, you did. It was actually really hilarious.
That is awesome. All right, next one up. Appreciate that. So I know he tried he tried you, man. He tried you here. So what happened? You could tell us what happened in the ending of this for
your hands in a fist.
For old Vernon Davis too.
Yeah. So this is Monday Night Football last year, and it's funny because he did the same thing 2 weeks ago. Tight ends they always want to leap over you because they think us DBs want to shoot their legs and we don't want to hit them high. So so he starts to like gather, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna pump fake at him and then step back, and then so that's what I did. So he thought he was gonna jump over me, but I faked him out.
Veteran move,
bro. I don't have the clip here, but Prince smacked him. And
yeah,
I saw you guys had some. I saw you guys had some friendly banter after that.
Yeah. I just said, dude, you tried me, bro.
That's funny, man. It's funny that you like know that like that tight ends want to. It's just stuff that you don't think about while you're watching,
right?
But that you know they want to try to jump over you, so you pump fake them and stuff like that. Man, that's nuts.
So this next one here is from the Holiday Bowl, and I think a lot of us were trying this, but trying to get a picture with he was not happy. You want to tell us about?
Bro, that's the face he had like 95% of the time.
This actually looks like a happy time I've seen him. Like this is like a happy suit.
Dude, he's like I don't know. We were all like Sue's little brothers, so I guess I was just making a joke, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna get behind Sue and just take it, whatever." And I said, "Hey, Sue, look." And then I guess maybe that was a face.
He was like, "Huh?"
Gosh.
No, shout out to Sue.
Oh,
All
that's
right,
good.
last one I got for you here. Brother. We saw one of these questions actually came up here.
It was Trey.
It was Trey. Talk to us about what this is your time here at Hot Ones. I see tears coming down your throat, man, or down your eyes. How hot were these wings? Talk to us about your time on Hot Ones.
Dude, it's not. I mean, the wings. It's the it's the sauce. The sauce is so hot, bro, and it was, dude. I've never tasted anything so hot. I mean, besides my wife. And, my wife's lips. My wife's.
There you go. Hey, that's a save. That's a save.
No, it's a PG. It's a family podcast.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
You're
I
fine.
know. Sorry.
So did they like burn your lips, or is it like your tongue? Like,
Dude,
what
and
was
that's
the burn?
thing. Like, look at my lips. So I'm not saying that there's a burn.
It did that
but
to your
what I'm
lips?
saying is, no.
He's saying there's a lot of surface area.
Come on, Aaron.
Exactly. Thank you, Kaylin. Kaylin with some melanin. He knows. Listen, so, dude, it was like as soon as the hot spot, as soon as it touched like my lips, like it just boom, it consumed it all. Dude, it was so hot. And then I kept licking my lips, and then it was just like making it hotter. And water doesn't even do anything, I don't believe. So
milk.
I think I needed milk, bro. It was, oh my.
So did that last
some
for like
milk.
an hour or what?
It lasted for a long time, bro.
A long time. You're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Do you have PTSD from it at all?
No, I kind of want to do it again, dude. I couldn't believe that would, like. Is that hot? Oh, that's
it's
the
the
one.
one.
That's the hot
that's
one.
it.
That's a double X.
Hey, we'll have Darren barbecue us some one day.
Yeah.
Man.
No.
Cool.
All right, Prince. Well, you know what? We definitely do appreciate you taking the time to
Yes,
jump on
man.
here. I know you're a busy guy. Got a lot going on. You got your family there coming in the room.
You see that?
You got a lot going on there. No, you're good. But we'll go ahead and sign off here. Do you want to say anything to the listeners and kind of one last final word here before we have you depart?
Nothing really comes to mind. I think just to make sure everyone stays safe. I know everyone's eager, as am I, and I'm not saying what side I'm on whether we should or whether we should be able to go out on May 1st or not. But just everyone stays safe. And I know it's getting monotonous and boring, but this time I feel like it's needed for a lot of people. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Cool, Prince. Well, hey, it's great to talk
you,
to you
Prince.
again,
All right.
man.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
see you
man.
soon,
Thank
bro.
you. Thanks for
Much
having me.
appreciate it. Love you, man. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. See you.
See you, bro.
All right, everybody. That was Prince Amukamara or Amukamara, depending on what you say.
Yeah, unless you're Bo, then you don't answer the one.
Right.
Right. No, that was good. That was awesome, though. It was good to have insight on the NFL draft and kind of see how those emotions that change individuals' lives these days. I know people are still the third round. The third round might be over by now, but people's lives and families' lives are being changed for forever.
Absolutely, man.
Did you guys see
insane.
Cliff Kingsbury's house?
Yeah.
Oh,
What was
my
that?
Goodness. I don't know where that
It's
was in
huge.
Arizona, but it was unbelievable. And then the crazy thing is, did you see the LA Rams coach house?
Yeah.
It looked exactly the same.
Hey, they have the
Kinda
blocks with
weird.
the grass around it.
Yeah. I was like, it must be a thing. I got a courtyard out here.
You say you got a court date? What'd you say?
Wait, what? Huh?
to me, like it's just crazy hearing NFL stuff, man. Like
Yeah,
just
insight
how
that no
people
one has, right?
move and like knowing, like you said with the tight end, he knows they jump over people, so he pumped at him
Yeah.
and then let him jump. Like having that motor,
And
like
it
that's
happens
crazy,
so fast, right?
right?
Like you're going in for a tackle, focusing on the tackle, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know
And it's
what I
not,
mean?
it's not me he's tackling. It's another 1% athlete that's
Right.
coming
Oh,
at
right.
him. That's nuts, man.
And
It's
that
insane.
dude's huge. Yeah.
It's a testament though too to Prince's skill set and who he is now versus like being a rookie or something where somebody might have been, quick to make that move, and he was on it, man. He had said the guy did that 2 weeks before.
Studying
he
the
was
film,
ready.
man.
Yeah, right. Watch him do it.
That's a true football player.
It's crazy though. If he didn't pump fake and Vernon Davis decided to keep running straight, that could have been a different story.
Yeah.
Nah,
Right.
still probably would have got him. It definitely would have been a tackle. It just would have been interesting to see.
Wait,
Yeah.
Aaron, Cliff Kingsbury hit on Kylie?
Yeah, bump this question up.
Dang. See, so this
Oh
is
my God,
so now
dude.
that Prince is off, we're gonna start throwing out all these crazy questions now at Aaron.
This was a real thing. I was at and I'm not mad at him. I obviously would be doing the same thing. But we were at, my brother and I were at this Kurt Warner event. It was awesome. Kurt Warner obviously is a huge philanthropist here in Phoenix. He has an event once a year.
This year.
He had it this year, but obviously COVID killed that. It's a very private event. It costs a lot of money to get into it. My brother was able to snag tickets because he's cool, and yeah, we went in there, and it was basically like you are assigned a football player, and you play capture the flag on a Saturday with an NFL football player as your quarterback, and then you do all these events with him too. So Cliff Kingsbury was one of the guys there. It was a whole weekend event. Kylie came, and she was wearing a dress, some dress. She probably looked beautiful as always. And I walked away for a second. Cliff Kingsbury walks up to Kylie and goes, "Hey," and she goes, "Hey," and he goes, "That's a really pretty dress."
You can tell he's been in a football room for his entire life.
right? Yeah.
Literally, no pickup lines.
Yeah,
Did you know who he was?
That's a pretty dress.
Thank God she didn't, because I probably would have came back to no girlfriend. She comes back and she goes, "That guy just told me I had a really pretty dress." I'm like, "Who?" And then she goes, "That guy over there." My brother and I go, let's go over here. We just walk away from Kingsbury. Yeah, that was a thing. But I took it as a compliment.
There you go.
Aaron, you want to
We about to-
you want to lead this session? You want to lead the next session
I
here?
do want to lead this session.
Hell yeah!
Here we
I just
go.
want to lead
Let's
this session.
go. Let's do
And
it.
I am so excited I'm excited for all you guys, actually. I stand behind this. Obviously I want to shop local as much as possible, but we're all human. We like all the different fast food places, all the different places that we can try that come out with really awesome stuff. And I always tip my hat to a company like Carl's Jr., who comes through with, coming from a pescatarian. I'm a pescatarian, so I don't eat real meat. I know Mike is
Time
diving
out.
into that.
I am. Time out real quick. This was Aaron's selection for all
Look at
of
this
you that are
burger.
watching.
You see
And it was
this fun.
It was
You forgot. Not only is he leading the subject, this is his selection.
It was $7
Yeah.
for
Hey.
just the burger.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
All right, keep going, Aaron. Sorry to
And-
cut you off.
Yeah. Anyways, Mike and I are doing no meat. I've been doing it all year. Mike's diving in for at least a week or two, maybe. Maybe this burger will fulfill some gap you've been having in your life lately with that. Anyway, yeah, this is the barbecue burger. If you guys want to show your burgers, there you go.
It looked like a bad commercial.
Galen's looking
Bad
sad.
commercial.
Look at that. No flop.
Galen's is looking sad. Oh man. Yeah, and you know what? My Uber Eats got my order wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm hoping to God that I got a vegetarian Beyond Meat burger here, but I don't know.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I hope you didn't.
Mine
I
had the
think-
sticker on it.
Yeah, mine has a sticker on it too.
I don't see a sticker on mine, man.
Oh,
Give me
man,
a,
we'll
no.
have to
oh
break
my
it.
God.
This dude's gonna make us do the review without him.
He did that
Oh
on
my God.
purpose.
How about
He's
this?
like, yo,
Take
try
the-
this burger.
Take the patty off. Just go get some lettuce. You're at Luana's. Go get some lettuce. Throw it on there. Get some artichokes. Roast them up. You're good to go.
Oh my
Take
God.
some beats.
I heard Kylie yelling.
Yeah,
back
what'd
there.
Kylie
What'd
just
she,
say?
what'd she just say?
Kylie's yelling because she's diving into her burger over there, and I think she just realized she's eating real meat.
Oh,
She's like, Steve.
He did, right? He was trying to bat it down so he doesn't so it tastes
Oh
better.
man, yeah, no. It's
Is it
gonna have to
me?
be you guys are gonna have to lead the way.
All right. Who's going
I
first?
got my French fries.
Aaron, I'll be right over there to grab a real burger. Okay.
Yeah, right. Let's just switch them out.
You're right.
All right.
Darren, go first since you're the meat lover of the group.
That's weird, I guess.
Rad,
Oh, yeah,
rad,
right.
rad_barbecue.
Okay.
Oh,
Did you hear the beats? Just
The beach screaming.
we have
All
Yeah,
those dead beats.
we have literally a handful of people on here watching Darren just eat a burger right now. This is 2020 quarantine season.
Right. It's okay. You can.
You got the barbecue burger with the onion rings? Okay.
Mhm. I've had I remember back in the day, my mom used to get like vegetarian burgers and stuff. They were like in the freezer. I don't know if you guys remember like early 2000s. They used to sell them like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it tastes like that still. You think by 2020 they would improve a little
like
bit more.
that.
way.
Darren, like that.
Like that. Like that.
Oh,
Kaylin, let's have
All
you
right.
dive in, bro.
No.
wait.
So-
What was your?
Oh, yeah, what was
Oh
your
yeah, we gotta
review?
get your
What was
score.
your score?
On a whole burger scale,
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Steven brought me napkins.
4.1.
4.1.
Oh,
Out of
Okay.
what? 25 or what?
Ooh, delicioso. Mm.
No animals had to die for you to enjoy that.
One word I
Uh,
know from Spanish. A lot of bugs did. Bugs are animals, so what? Pesticides.
All right, so
Delicioso.
I don't know which side to eat. Do I eat the? Do I?
Caitlin's had problems with buns his entire life.
Oh. Hey, are the onion rings real at least?
Just spread them, man.
All right,
Spread them and go.
spread the buns. All right.
That's how I eat the booty.
We almost made an entire episode without Darren talking about booty. I set him up for that one.
You
It
ooped
looks.
it.
It's so. Oh, it's like soggy.
All right, man. What you got?
Keep in mind, Kaylin bought his burger like 3 hours ago.
That's true. This dude came home
Did have
from
to
work.
buy it on the way home.
Yeah.
Alexi just put it in the microwave for me though. So.
It'll stay good for at least 4 days, though.
Oh yeah, it's not meat. It's the veggies that grow outside.
What
You know
got,
what?
Caleb?
You know what? It's actually not that bad.
Give us a breakdown. Give us a breakdown.
So let's take I'm gonna give it an extra like 0.3 because I did get it so early.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna actually give it like a 5.8.
Wow.
Oh, dang. That's
Yeah,
not-
it's
that's
actually not too bad. Like I'll definitely finish the rest of it.
Not bad. Again, Carl's Jr., which I think is the same family as Hardee's.
It is.
It is.
It's the same thing. Different side of the Mississippi, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Danny, you're a fool, man.
so Aaron thought it was meat. He can't even stop eating it now. He's just crushing it. Look,
Wait,
look, he's like, oh, I actually have beef.
No,
is that meat?
He took,
Oh, you
I'm
took
not-
out.
No, the beef's right here, bro.
he took it out. All right. I don't know. So for
You like
those
the
of you,
beef
All right, 5.8.
for anybody who listened to our last podcast, we talked about bucket list items, and one of my bucket list items is to eat a rodeo burger on Rodeo Drive, and then just take a bite and run away. But this is probably as close to the vegetarian vegan version of a rodeo burger, right? It has the barbecue
Yep.
and the
Yeah.
man. Mine
I would
looks.
say
onion
exactly the same.
Kaylin came over and sat on mine too.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm going for it. Goodness gracious. Extra snackable. I think you
Howard's
just
legs.
did something.
Howard's legs, Mike.
You said what?
Howard's legs.
His legs were good.
So what you got?
I'm sorry.
You're still chewing it because
was-
it's like soggy.
I didn't want to chomp. I didn't want to chomp on the microphone. I already feel like I breathe hard, like I'm running a fucking marathon.
No, we got the air screens. You're good.
There's one. It was pretty good actually. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I
it's shout out to Beats, but I think it's just a bunch of beets patted into a patty. But
Brandon Beats.
yeah, I'll give it. I would give that on a burger scale, not even a vegan or vegetarian burger scale. I'm gonna just give that a solid 5.6.
Okay.
5.6.
That's the first non-meat burger I've ever had.
Me too.
Yeah.
No, I just talked about mine bet.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just lied on camera.
Well, then-
like, what?
Since I've been an adult.
Coming from a non-meat perspective, this bounced off of all the other ones I've had, and I've had almost every like burger that anybody
Every
living in
meat.
Phoenix would have had. Yeah, like
All
I don't
the
know.
meats.
I've had a
You've
lot
had
of
every-
like, fake meat,
He loves me.
and this is on par. Like this is pretty good. It can get better. I feel like it can get better, and I think I've had better, but coming from a fast food place where you can get it like almost anywhere, like you're on the run, when you can get it, like you're good.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Tara knows what's up.
She knows what's up.
She knows what's up.
Yeah. So that was okay. That was okay.
Yeah. I
There's a convenience factor that comes into your life when you become a non-meat eater, and to be able to get this on the go is where it changes your life, kind of.
Okay.
That's deep.
How is it compared to like the Burger King Impossible?
If you like
Yeah, that's a good
if you
question.
like Whoppers, you're gonna love that burger.
Okay.
What was that?
That was a
missed it.
that was a
Pedro.
subliminal. That was a subliminal message.
If you like the Whopper, you're not gonna miss it if you go with the Impossible Whopper.
Did you guys see
Tastes
that
just like
subliminal message? It was supposed to say sex, but that was the closest thing I could get to it. I'm just messing.
Hey,
just messing.
the people want to see another bite, so I'm gonna go ahead and do
One bite. Everyone knows the rules.
Oh man.
Oh, my sister called it out. It was Boca Burgers.
Right.
Y'all
That's
remember
why.
those?
That's why Kalen's. That's why he's engaged and we're not. You see the way he bites his food.
You buy it like you mean something, like you're gonna talk to somebody about it.
Yeah. I mean, every bite means something, right?
How? That's a good life motto, man.
Deep.
Aaron, so we can't even rate you. Like I have me at 5.8, Darren at a 4.1, Mike at a 5.6. What do you give?
I mean,
it?
I've
When
had
you
the
go
burger
get
enough.
it- yeah.
I've had it like maybe 3 or 4 times. And I give it. I mean, are we rating it against real burgers? Like, is that how you guys rate
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
I've
hard.
never had a
but,
virgin favorite.
That's why
It's
we
the
have
only one I've
hard.
ever. I don't have anything else to compare it to. So.
Yeah.
against
Right.
a real burger. Yeah, it's like a 5.1. It's just barely over like the halfway mark.
So how are you gonna rant and rave about something that you give a 5.1 to?
Well, if you're putting it against real meat, but
Okay,
if you put it
all
in
right,
the if
all
you
right.
put it in my world in a vegetarian, pescatarian, no meat world, I'm giving that like a hard 8. I mean, it's I never get to have barbecue anymore, right? So like being able to like have a barbecue burger with cheese on it and stuff is
Right.
like next level, and I mean that I don't really crave meat anymore, but I do like crave the flavors that come with like eating meat, like barbecue or whatever, or like the whatever.
So barbecue is like one of my least favorite flavors.
Ooh,
Really?
Darren,
Yeah. No,
Darren-
like the
Darren, calm
sauce.
yourself.
Like the sauce, right? So I love when you smoke barbecue and then like you take it from there to the plate, right? I don't like
Yeah.
to drench a bunch of barbecue sauce on top of it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you do a lot of dry rubs, which I really like.
Yeah, and I don't. I actually agree with that. I don't like barbecue sauce slathered on
Yeah.
things. If I do put sauce on my stuff, I usually throw it back in and let it cook in.
All the sauce.
Oh, the sauce.
Sauce boss.
Hey, Mike, the Browns pick is in.
Lineman or safety, please.
Defensive tackle Jordan Elliott from Missouri.
Ugh.
I don't know. Has any Huskers gone yet?
No, they won't go
No?
till tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
And
like
they'll both-
tomorrow at 10 o'clock at night.
They'll both be D tackles. Lamar Jackson might get picked up. Hopefully.
Wait, doesn't he play for the Ravens?
Okay. Damon, go sit in the corner.
All right.
Can we block Randall from the chat?
You might have to. Marissa, I actually have had jackfruit pulled pork before.
Me too.
That's really good too.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's good stuff.
Surprisingly good.
Interesting. Aaron,
We
eat
have-
a real burger.
Right. Do we have any more burning questions from the viewers for us?
Any more burning questions from the viewers? It can be sports related, draft related, or Kalen's eating habits related.
Those are good.
Before we wrap it up. That was good. I can't believe the draft's still going on. There was only supposed to be the second and third rounds today.
It is. It's Minnesota's pick. It's the 89th pick. So
No,
there's
so
only a few
it's
more
about to
go.
wrap up.
Yep.
Wrap up. Someone
It's
asked
about
any favorite COVID-19 memes over the
Oh
quarantine.
yeah.
I saw the recent ones have been Trump talking about putting Lysol or injecting Lysol. I saw a guy laying on a couch with the Lysol IV in his veins.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. Are you
That
serious?
happened fast. Yeah.
Was
That
that,
was pretty good.
Oh my God. I saw that when Trump said that. I was like, he's gotta, like, somebody has gotta get him out of that moment.
Everybody
It was
was making
embarrassing.
fun of kids eating Tide Pods, and now you got people drinking Lysol.
All right. What's the Last Dance? Never heard
Oh
of it.
my gosh. Caleb, are you
Yeah,
serious?
Is that
What
a?
is it?
Oh my. I got you,
my
Randall.
God,
Like
Caitlin.
a 2000s movie,
Yo, real quick before we get too
like a rom-com.
deep in. Hey guys, we should do a quick shout out to Savage Mentality for making this episode possible today. Big shout out to Prince as well, and Rex Schofield Realty if you're located in Phoenix, selling new and resale homes for the last 30 years here. Savage Mentality has also been doing a lot of things, philanthropy work for the nurses and stuff, sending coffees left and right to everybody. Big shout out to both of those companies helping us out, making this podcast possible. Love the way that sounds when I say it. But Savage Mentality has very high quality athletic and everyday clothes, and you guys can buy them there, right there, savagementality.com. They're also locally based, small business. If you guys want to help them out, show them some love, they are definitely doing that for us, along with Rex Schofield Realty, taking care of a bunch of friends of ours and a lot of people for the last 30 years. So big shout out to both of those companies, guys.
Yeah.
I just got my Savage Mentality gear.
I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
I need to go get the mail.
I'm
Hey, that's awesome that they sent like 50 coffees over to Banner right across the
Yeah, they
street,
did.
right? That
Yeah,
is
they
so
did.
great. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Thanks, Savage Mentality.
Last Dance. Randall, anybody who's watching, I
what
am
is
a big fan of The Last Dance. It's a documentary about the Bulls and Michael Jordan and
Who's Michael Jordan?
basically how much Scottie Pippen was underpaid. That's all I got from the first two episodes.
Okay. All right.
Like,
You know, I
know
watched
it's
it.
stable.
I watched it. I didn't think it. I give the first two episodes like a 7. They left me hanging a little bit on Pippen, so I might.
I'm ready for them to just talk about Jordan and his gambling because not a lot of people know about that, and that's really why I'll watch every single episode until I hear more about Dennis Rodman and how much money Jordan lost.
He kind of lost my respect when he threw out the first pitch at the Chicago Cubs game, and he threw it like way over Sammy Sosa's head. Like, dude, you tried to go play baseball.
You're talking about
Like,
white Sammy Sosa or black Sammy Sosa?
Oh, back in the day, it was black. But
Okay.
I was like, dude, you can't even throw it from the pitcher's mound to the catcher. Like, what are you doing? Like, how you think you can quit basketball to go play baseball? I know it's a pressure situation, but
when they come out with the LeBron James documentary, I'll watch it because that's the GOAT. But
That would
until
be
then,
2045 when he's
Yeah.
got more championships than
And I got-
Jordan.
I got 25 years to wait then, so I'm not watching that.
Besides Cool Story Brew, what are your guys' favorite podcasts that you listen to or that you like?
Oh, I'm all over the board. I'm kind of all over the board. You know what I do like though? I like listening to the one. I don't even know what it's called. It just says like learn something new. I don't know if that's a genre of podcast or if that is like a podcast. But I'm constantly listening to the ones where they're teaching you like about cars or like how like very simple things that you use every day actually how they work. And I like those ones. Just the educational ones, I guess.
Kalen?
I mean, we got to give a shout out to our boy Inkledo, right? Like, that's that's a good one. That's a real good one. I've listened to every once in a while. Those two blondes, what's they're called? The Barstool Girls. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, wait, the Barstool Girls or the two like kind of like like porno girls.
Yeah, same thing.
Two
Probably
chicks
the
or
same
something like that? What's
Yeah.
it called?
It's I don't remember, but yeah, I like them too. Oh, here we go. Oh, Call Her Daddy.
Call her daddy. Okay, yeah,
Call
that's
her
a good
daddy.
one.
And
Darren,
then,
what are you listening to?
I watched one called "Damn Internet, You Scary." Damn Internet, You Scary. I can't speak anymore. It's two of my favorite comedians that are on there, from All Def Digital, and they kind of do what we do, just talk about like random subjects and stuff, and try to be funny. So that's my favorite one.
Nice. I like Pardon My Take, and then On Purpose. Jay Sheedy, he's like an inspirational. He has a lot of guests on, just kind of talking about experiences and how to get through things, motivation. It's a pretty good listen if you guys need to wake up with some inspiration. On Purpose podcast.
Bussin' with the Boys is pretty good as well.
Yeah. Bussin' with the Boys. Shout out to Bussin' with the Boys. Will Compton, Taylor Lewan. Will Compton, go Big Red.
Yeah.
Last question here before we wrap it up. So we asked the same question to Prince, same question to us here. What is your favorite moment playing any sport in your life? That's a good question. That's a good question.
Okay, so favorite moment, I don't know. Okay, so I got a couple. One, scoring the winning touchdown against Westside in high school in overtime. Okay, that was a great question. It was one of those things where like I caught the ball and scored, and then nobody like really realized that the game was over, so it wasn't like too exciting. And then everybody realized, and then they're like, right?
He caught it.
He got it. And then the second one was actually it was a touching story. So in this week's podcast, you guys will hear one of the things that a lot of people maybe don't know about me is my house started on fire. And when it did that, I lost my baseball, all my supplies, my glove, my bat, my bag, my shoes, everything.
Crazy.
So I happened to get I got everything back, all new. And then actually that day, the next day, we were playing Papillion South actually over at Westside. So Westside was a good school for me. And
sorry, Westside.
Right. And I actually hit a home run. So it was a really cool moment. It was it was pretty awesome. So that was probably my two.
Love it. Darren, Aaron.
My favorite moments, I'll give credit to myself this day of getting Mike into playing Nebraska football.
That was your best moment.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing was I mean we had a blast, the three of us on the football field. That was fun anyway. But I used to tell Mike the plays before they would go so you could blow them up and look at me. Almost every play.
He'd be like left.
every time I did that, sir would always be like, "Oh, scout team All-American, scout team All-American."
Darren, you want to tell him when you got caught though?
Yeah, dude, boy, he almost killed me, man. That was one of many moments of I avoided death by Boyd, but
Mr. Boyd,
man.
Yo, if I was gonna give my favorite sports moment in my life, it actually wouldn't be my moment. It was more of Kylie's moment. And we play on a co-ed softball team, which we miss so much right now, pretty much year round. But Kylie never played softball before she met me. She grew up in Korea, so she's Korean, it's not a thing for them really. So anyways, I kind of took her under my wing. We were like really trying extremely hard. I got us a membership to the batting cages, and Kylie's in there just beating the hell out of the softball. And finally, we get her to where she's kind of hitting consistently. She's fast as hell though, so she can if she just hits it anywhere and gets past the infield, she'll get on usually. But one of my favorite moments was she came up and we needed a hit. She's out there, just tiny little Kylie swings and the ball goes dink and it just is flying, right? And I'm like, oh my God, we're all like the team's going crazy. Kylie's just running all around, hits an infield home run. And I'm like going crazy, but she didn't get the point because she carried the bat the entire time. She ran around the bases. So it was super bittersweet, but man, it was a moment.
That's hilarious.
So excited she didn't even drop the bat. She just running with
fast too.
For me, I guess favorite moment playing in any sport. Probably a high school game where I scored some touchdowns. But I would say that the coolest moment was being a part in playing in the game where Nebraska played against Colorado and Alex Henry kicked the 65, 67 yard field goal, and just seeing that ball in the air and against Colorado and just freaking out with the entire squad. And then the cherry on top was seeing Sue with the I don't know if it was an interception or a fumble recovery for a touchdown, just to put the cherry on top and just completely stiff armed their quarterback, like imprinted him into the ground. And that was just an awesome time, and just having that camaraderie in the locker room after a big win like that, and just your rivalry, just things that you don't really get back unless you keep playing. So I mean, that's awesome for Prince that he can continue that tradition of have that camaraderie. And I know you guys have probably seen some of his locker room Snapchats and Instagrams where they're just still killing it in the locker room. But that's probably what I miss the most about playing. All right, boys. Well, I think we should try to wrap it up here. You guys want to give us a quick send off?
Kalen, you got it this week, man. You go for it, dude.
Man,
Okay,
you do it, man.
right.
You send us off. You're going to be the one and only you speak for all of us.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you guys like always for listening to Cool Story Brew. We love doing this, hanging out with you guys on Friday night. Thanks for listening in. Shout out to Prince. Thanks for taking time out of his busy schedule to come kick it with us for Friday night. I know he's deep into this draft right now. But yeah, guys, just like always, stay safe. We're almost flattening that curve out and getting going. So.
All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank everybody for joining. Go ahead and keep sharing this out. Spread the word about Cool Story Brew.
Please.
And keep listening to us. We have our podcasts that are still coming out across all platforms: Apple, Spotify. We have a YouTube channel that we post all these live streams to as well.
Yep.
And we're across like 9 or 10 different platforms right now. So no excuses.
Hit the link in our bios, man. We got them all there. Watch it.
All right. I appreciate it. Love everybody. Thank you. Stay safe.
Love you.
Love you.
See you guys.